What's up, everybody? Hey, thanks for joining us for the Pillars of Action. We're just going to pretend that we started over.
Oh, man. Oh, do you have music going? Oh, intermission music?
No, this is the start.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
starting.
no,
Welcome to the live stream. We haven't been streaming for 20 minutes.
Man.
We are starting from scratch, and I hit record.
Oh, wow. Well, third time's a charm. Thank you for joining us here tonight.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, I see Bill. I see I Am Wedge.
Oh,
Dan
yay.
Soderholm, Photo Finn, Rob Fuzz.
Charbax, no, he can't compose music. No. The internet composed this song. It's not copyrighted.
It is copyrighted, but I pay a license to play it.
Oh, well, there you go. Everything you always wanted to
Okay,
know.
hey, thanks for joining us, everybody, for the Pillars of Action. You've got me, the Everyday Dad, and my wonderful co-host, the Everyday Wife.
Hey, everybody.
We are
Glad
just
you're here.
Clean slate. Clean slate, and
Rolling with the punches. You guys, this is life.
Welcome
You know?
to the replay, because we're now able to record. Did you just crash again?
Did it?
Lloyd Mendenhall,
Did it?
the grumpy, it did just crash again.
Shut up. It did?
What is happening?
You guys, can you see us? For real?
$4.99 Lloyd Mendenhall to stop dancing. Yes, Lloyd. Okay, I think it's still working.
Are
It
we
crashed for a
good?
second.
Are we good?
Who even knows if we're good anymore?
Oh, man.
I don't even know what's going on.
It's comical, right? It's a comedy of errors.
I'm glad that you are having fun.
I am. I think
But-
everybody else is too.
But thanks for joining us today, everybody. We are here to talk about the Fuji XT30. We're here to also talk about some other YouTube channel type stuff. And just since we started all over from scratch, thanks to the patrons out there, we do have a new patron this week, Illinook. Thanks very much,
Thank
Illinook.
you.
We really appreciate it. I really, again, I know, cutting the facade of, if you're watching the replay and you're wondering, like, man, this seems kind of off. That's because we've already been streaming for 20 minutes. The laptop crashed, OBS crashed, and now we're starting over again. So, hey, welcome
Just
to the
roll with the
welcome to live
punches.
stream.
It's life, right? You have a plan and life happens.
We are recording, so
We
there
can do.
will be an upload on TED Live tomorrow. You got to look at the silver lining, right?
Yeah.
The silver lining. We've only lost the audience twice now, so for anybody that's still sticking with us
Through all of this?
through the double audience losses, thanks.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the Fuji XT30. We talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
Again,
you like it.
I'm relatively new to Fuji cameras in general. The first Fuji camera I'd ever used was the XT3, which is kind of tough because the XT3 was so good. It's like, how do you start off with like the best camera ever? Like that's a high bar to set for somebody's first camera. So trying to move from there to like the XT30, I think it's a great compromise of size, price. You still get, look, at the end of the day, for an online content creator, you only need a couple of things to happen really well. You need good autofocus, you need decent image quality, you need decent audio, and if you can get a flip screen, you're doing pretty, like, all of those things together in one, cough, A6400, you're doing pretty well. Again, the thing that I really just don't like about the XT30, the big thing, just like right off the bat, is that 2.5 millimeter audio jack. Like, that is so... Ugh. Thank you for supporting me on that.
I just remembered it
I
from
feel like
the other two
that,
times.
I feel like that was a pity. Ugh.
It's just kind of comical. Like, why not just laugh at it? What are you going to do? I feel that if we're laughing, they're laughing. But if you're all
I'm not
grouchy,
crabby. I'm not
crabby,
grouchy.
then
How
people
could
are
I
like
be grouchy?
crabby too.
Nobody will see me be grouchy because everything keeps crashing.
They're right. There's no recording. But
There is
now
a
it is
recording now.
recording.
There's a recording
so just
now.
put a smile on. Put your
I
big
have a
boy
smile.
pants on.
I have a smile
and
on.
Let's go.
I got my big boy pants on. You know what? I'm going to tweet this out again just in case anybody thinks that we crash and we're not there.
It is as it is. And what can you do about it?
You can not use crappy Windows computers.
I'm sorry. I'm just laughing because, what are you going to do?
After the second crash,
After
are
the second
back.
one, then it became funny. You didn't notice I didn't laugh the first two times.
The
third time I was like, whatever.
I'm gonna throw a spoiler out there for everybody.
What is that?
I didn't laugh any time.
Because you lack humor.
There may have been some foul language said when the laptop crashed.
Rest my pearls wasn't out of my mouth.
It was out. was out of here. Whoa, Chris, $20? Well, donation to the laptop fund. Well, thanks so much, whoa, Chris. We really appreciate
It
it.
should have been $20 for the hammer fund.
Yeah. You know what?
Laptop's getting it.
I'm not going to do this, but I almost said something like, hey, we'll set a super chat like limit, and if we reach that limit, I'm going to smash this laptop live.
Okay.
We're not going to do that.
Why
though.
not?
That would be irresponsible.
I like how you are afraid to smash your business, but you're so eager to smash mine.
I smash all this stuff.
You better leave these chairs
alone. There's a box full of
Mm-hmm.
smashed stuff over here. There's a box full. Look, there's a box of smashed stuff that I break all the time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
What were we talking? We're talking about the XT30. Does anybody have anything? Does anybody have any questions?
Sure. Gary Reeves is asking. I need help with the decision between Sony A6400 and A7 or 7I
A7 III?
I'm not gonna remember it.
The A6400 versus the A7 III. That's a tough one because both are fantastic cameras.
Or just the Canon EOS R. Ooh, baby, what do we got for Gary?
Well, are you using it for online content, or are you using it
Looking
as
for a hybrid, but need 2 cameras that are still within budget.
Oh, so you need 2 cameras.
Pick 2 out of the 3.
I will then the A7 III and the A6400. That's easy.
Just pick the Sony suite.
Well, yeah, because
interchangeable lenses.
Yeah, because they can.
I could have answered this.
They can share lenses. You're gonna get. You can cut the image very well. It will cut very well together. You don't necessarily need to. You don't. If you do like the EOS R and a Sony, I wouldn't. I would. If you're gonna get 2 of those cameras, I would get the 2 Sonys. I actually really like the Sony colors. I know Sony gets beaten up all the time for their colors, and if you go on like filmmaker forums, they're like, it's terrible and it looks bad. I think it looks perfectly fine. I think the colors coming out of the Sony look perfectly fine. I like Canon colors, but I don't think they're like. I don't think they're the holy grail of camera stuff. PhotoFin question: XT30 or A6400? Depends. Are you going to spend most of your time in front of the camera or behind the camera? Because this does have some very. I mean, the 4K 30 you're getting out of the A7 III is going to be 100 megabits per second. You can get this set up to. Excuse me. You can get this set up to 200 megabits per second across the board. So every recording format, you can do 200 megabits per second, which gives you more flexibility in post to either color grade or move the exposure. Again, you get the Fuji film simulations. That's really important. I like the Fuji APS-C lenses far more than the Sony APS-C cameras.
Fuji over Sony.
APS-C. But here's the asterisk.
Autofocus.
No, this has fantastic autofocus.
Okay, I was just guessing. You guys.
But that doesn't have like a flip screen of any kind, or this doesn't have a flip screen of any kind. You just saw it.
I saw it. It articulates or whatever.
But it doesn't flip to where you can monitor yourself if you're in front of it, whereas the A6400 does. The A6400 does a fantastic job of that, actually.
Okay.
So if I were to pick one, the way that I need a camera to work, I would pick the A6400, but I could see why people would want the XT30. Again, the XT3 is a fantastic camera. The XT30, in the day that I've used it, is also a fantastic camera. If you want better lenses, go with the Fuji, because Sony APS-C lenses are not garbage, but they're not inspired. Like Sony keeps saying, we are here for APS-C. We're going to blow your guys' minds with APS-C. Well, give us a lens roadmap.
Okay.
Like, I don't need a 50mm 1.2. I need a moderately fast zoom lens, and that's pretty much it.
I am Wedge. The chairs are not at fault for the crash in computers. Okay,
that's probably
Doc,
that's probably it.
Doc,
that's probably it. You're right. I am Wedge. It is the chair's fault.
Doug, I thought we were friends.
I wondered. I was like, man, something's going wrong. Something is going up, and now I understand why. Thank you.
Oh yes. Tell me more.
So I'm not monitoring the chat right now. I'm doing some ninja stuff.
Well, that's great.
So do we have any comments, questions?
Sure. There are tons.
Send one.
Send one of them. Excitement with technology says the Yee Light's on sale, $55 on Amazon right now. Random Things Rider says on tonight's stream we discuss the pillars of rage.
The pillars of stuff just doesn't want to work.
That is funny. The Newman Files. Are you still a fan of the Z6 or did the 6400 replace it?
Hold on.
What's wrong?
I just bought an A7 III. That's what I was doing. That's what I was waiting for B&H to come back up for.
You have a sickness. You have a legit sickness. You are just
There was a used one for a really good deal, and I was waiting. We've done this. This is not the first time I bought an A7 III during a live stream because of that.
Yeah, I know. You need to like just get them and keep them.
Well,
except we cannot afford them.
The reason I'm buying an A7 III right now is just to make YouTube videos
my
on.
God.
I still think if you're going to buy a full frame camera, the Z6 that we were just talking about is the best full frame video camera on the market, period.
Wow. Write it in your diary.
But it doesn't bring clicks, unfortunately. And as somebody that's trying to
my camera brings all the clicks to the yard. And
A7 III
like,
brings clicks.
Autofocus.
Z6 does not bring clicks, unfortunately. So that kind of like, can you stop for a second? So that kind of segues.
There you go, Mel.
That works as a segue to what something else. The second major topic of today is we started a new YouTube channel that went live today. Today was the first day that it went live, and the A7 III is kind of part of that.
Okay.
But we started, so reviewing the cheapest, my favorite videos to make on the channel. I kind of felt like, not that they didn't belong on the Everyday Dad, but they're kind of like their own thing now, and I feel like they need their own place to grow. So I started a new channel. It's called Reviewing the Cheapest. If you'd like to check them out, I think I've got a community post linking to that. I didn't put it in the description below today. But I'm really excited. I think this will be good things for for both because I really like talking about cameras here in the Everyday Dad. But I think for reviewing the cheapest, I don't only want to talk about reviewing cheap camera tech. There's all sorts of cheap stuff that I'd like to make videos about, and I want to start doing like cheapest versus most expensive, which is where the A7 III comes in, like a full frame camera versus $20 camera. Is it a fair fight? No, but I think it's a fun video to watch.
No, it's like David versus Goliath.
Yeah, but so
I know who's gonna win.
That's the whole reason. I think what was that second email? I heard 2 emails.
Did I meet the Everyday Dad at B&H?
She's never been to B&H.
I have actually never been there, right? This obsession didn't start till 13 and a half years-ish in our relationship. So, no, I've actually never been to New York City. But I'd love to go. I'd love to go to B&H. I've heard wonderful things. I want to go, and I really want to meet Mr. Izzy. So
I loved it. Whoa, Chris, I am still getting a microphone. Like that's not
negotiable.
Yeah, that's not negotiable. Like these things, like people are like, you're not talking into it because the audio keeps cutting out. Well, it's not me. It's the microphone. Just I don't know why, but I'll be
Lord
talking,
knows you haven't stopped talking.
So what else? What else do we got? Do we have any other questions? I'm sorry. It's a shame the A6. Gary Reeves. It's a shame the A6400 and the A7 III don't share the same batteries. I agree. I do really wish they shared the same battery, but you wouldn't be able to fit that gigantic A7 III battery into the A6400 body. One of the big weaknesses of the A6000 series are those tiny batteries. Can you grab one of those tiny batteries right there?
This thing?
Nope.
This thing.
To your right. I'm
This
pointing
thing.
at it. I'm pointing
This
at it.
thing?
Yep, one of those things.
There's 400 batteries
I'm
here,
pointing
you guys.
straight at it.
Okay, but you know what? You're over here. I'm over here. Here's the batteries. There's a whole stack of these babies.
So the Sony NP FW50 batteries, these little things, these little fellas are not the best when you're trying to record video. You can get about like 50 minutes, maybe an hour out of something like the A6400. The A6400 does do better than the A6500 because it doesn't have IBIS to worry about. But yeah. But yes.
All right, Charbax wants to know,
What's
what
up?
am I obsessed with?
What are you obsessed with?
People.
Teeth.
I love them. And I do like teeth. Yes, I like helping people have healthy gums and mouths. I won't go on a tangent about that. If you want to join me in the after party, you can ask me teeth questions.
Oh, are you doing the after party tonight?
I mean, why not? Just for a little Scotia bit. I've been at a meeting all day long. I just walked in the door before this fantastical, magnificent live stream
where we're
started.
talking about the XT30 and the brand new YouTube channel.
So yeah, you can join me. I have a little channel. It's nothing serious. There's nothing planned out. I just like to hang out with people. I like to meet them. I like to get to know them. I like to know what's going on in their lives. I find them interesting. So yeah, I guess I like being social. This is really awkward for me if you're new here, which I think you are. I really like meeting people in person. Talking to a camera is really weird to me. It gives me no feedback. Besides when it crashes and my husband goes crazy. I'm sorry. I still think it's funny.
Low blow.
Remember that time when it crashed 3 times?
Yes, I do remember that, actually. Thank you.
Too soon?
Thank you.
Just saying.
But yeah, so we're going to... Now, there's a bit of a risk in starting a new YouTube channel where, one, normally like reviewing the cheapest videos get between 5 and 20,000 views. Today, the channel's gotten 150 views. So it'll take some time to grow it. You know, there was also something like being taken away from the Everyday Dad now. So even though we've kind of been on like a 90-day downturn on the Everyday Dad, this probably is not going to help. But again, I think it's important to spread the two. You know, YouTube kind of wants you to be in a box, and the Everyday Dad's, you know, paradigm is now cameras and talking about camera stuff. So going away from that to talk about cheap other stuff, you know, those kind of videos don't always do well. So we're gonna put reviewing the cheapest is gonna be cheapest stuff. The Everyday Dad's gonna be video gear and YouTube stuff. So
hey, so I am just asking you, are you worried about the videos getting flagged for duplication?
Well, so any video that is on reviewing the cheapest, it's not on the Everyday Dad anymore. So I took them down from the Everyday Dad if I was gonna put them up over there. There's a reason why there's only like 7 or 8 videos, because I got sick of re-uploading them all. So if it's re-uploaded, you will not find it on the Everyday Dad anymore.
There you go. Hey, so
camera drop.
Charbax wants to know,
what's up, Charbax?
Why start a new channel? Can't you just post everything on the same channel and grow everything together?
Well,
are you playing the algorithm game?
The algorithm? What's an algorithm?
Isn't that what it's called?
The algorithm?
Algorithm.
I'm not trying to play the algorithm game. I'm just trying to one of the things you'll notice is, so again, YouTube wants you to be put into like a box. The Everyday Dad's, you know, box is now camera gear. But I don't only want to talk about the cheapest camera gear. I want to talk about like cheapest laptops, cheapest tablets, cheapest, I don't know if you guys, so one of the things I'm going to start doing with reviewing the cheapest is if you recommend something for me to like do on reviewing the cheapest, you're going to be like, I don't know, I'm going to highlight and I'm going to be like, thanks to the Everyday Wife for recommending me to do this, reviewing the cheapest, about. So I want it to be a lot more community driven on what we check out and what we do. I can't really do that as much on the Everyday Dad because if I stray too far from like the video production stuff, it just won't happen. So
okay. So are you sincerely dedicating the Everyday Dad to
video production, online video production for the average person?
Photography-ish or no?
We'll see. We'll see.
You said.
I said what I said. Did you even watch yesterday's video?
I've been in classes for 2 days, and I'm going to be in classes tomorrow.
It's a 7-minute video.
I'm sorry.
8-minute video. It's an 8-minute video. And I did say something to bring the photographers in, so maybe we'll start talking about photography. I don't have enough expertise in photography to say anything dedicated, like with authority. Vincent Chen, $2. You should check Google metrics to see where you are. I'm checking this, so... And one of the benefits of having like reviewing the cheapest in its own bucket, it's easier for it to recommend against itself when like I make a video called Fuji XT30, whoa, and then I'm like the cheapest battery. Like those two videos are not gonna like the YouTube's not gonna sync those two up.
Or like suggest off one another.
Yeah, so if it's the cheapest, hopefully, again, it's not. I don't expect it to blow up the first day. But I imagine over time that it will be able to suggest off of itself. But I would love suggestions. If you'd like to watch one of those videos and then suggest like what you'd like to see on reviewing the cheapest, that's where I want to start driving. Again, I have my own content strategy to get it started, but I'd like to start taking suggestions over there on what content to make because it's for everybody. It's not just for me.
There you go.
It's not just for me. What else? I was about to. Oh yeah, I checked. Let's check out the YouTube statistics.
Like Google metrics? Is that what you're going to check like Vincent suggested?
Nope.
What's the difference between YouTube and Google metrics?
I have no idea.
Have you ever checked Google metrics?
I don't know what Google metrics is.
Oh.
But I'm checking the cheapest.
But I'm sure if...
What's cool about, I will say what's cool about the cheapest over here is we hit 100 subscribers in the first day. So we were able to get our custom URL. So now it's youtube.com/thecheapest, which I think is pretty cool, which is way cooler than youtube.com/c/theeverydaydad.
Why do you have a C in front of it? What does it mean?
I have no idea. I don't know. It's just there.
Oh.
Probably because there's an A and a B, and I'm the third, the Everyday Dad.
Oh, I see that. Okay. Well,
Yep.
I'm sure if you can figure out the Google metrics, we can figure it out.
I can't even figure out how to live stream.
Okay, but you didn't.
I was making a joke at myself.
I got jokes all day. You didn't laugh at it. You're like laughing at your own joke.
I was laughing at myself a little bit. Naked Bacon, what about reviewing drones? I can't fly drones around here, so it's really hard. It's not impossible, so if DJI announces a new drone, I'll probably get it and make a video about it, but
for right now.
But I can't go out of my, it's too, as much as I like drones, it's too, the juice is not worth the squeeze for making YouTube videos. Matthew James, I'm live streaming with the A6400 right now. The A6400 from now on is now my live streaming camera. It's probably the best live streaming camera on the market today.
Okay. I believe you.
Maybe next week we'll be on the A7 III that we just bought here on the live stream.
How do you connect the GoPro to the app?
Lisa
E wants to know. She says, please help me.
I would just
Uninstall
follow the instructions on the app, and if that's not working, I would get with GoPro tech support. If I only ever follow the connect through Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, one of those two, and then do it that way. If that's not working for you, I would contact GoPro support. Charbacks, I don't think it's the A6400 because it's the laptop is the problem, because we did it last week and it was fine. And it's not really, and the stream, here's a little peek behind the curtain. The stream's not coming from the A6400. The stream's coming from the Atomos Ninja 5. So I have everything running into the Ninja 5. The Ninja 5 is going across to the computer because I like having an intermediary between the camera just because I don't like micro HDMI.
Oh, well, Chris, that was a missed opportunity on my part for my channel. You should have called the channel The Awesome Green Chairs.
Well, you can change your channel names.
I can?
Yeah. Huh. Okay, I'm trying to go back. Oh, I've been in Top Chat. I didn't switch back to live chat, so if I've been missing your comments, I apologize.
Dan Soderholm, Ted suggested to read directions? What? Who are you? Dan, you've been around long enough.
Who am
love
I?
you for saying that.
Dan is also the very first person to comment on reviewing the cheapest.
I know.
And do you know how he did that?
How?
I accidentally set one of the videos to release yesterday on accident.
And he caught it?
And he caught it. That's how I found out, actually, that the one of the videos was early, because I got an email saying, Dan sent you a comment. And I was like, how did he send a comment?
Wow.
And I looked and I was like, oh, hey, can't believe it. Can't believe it.
That's impressive.
What's up, Kenneth Duke?
Hey, Kenneth. What's going on?
Yeah. What an evening.
Yeah, tech for your needs. If you're on Top Chat, you miss half the conversation.
Yeah, you miss a lot. If you're on Top Chat, you miss a lot of what's going on. So
it's a super bummer.
I don't even know if you have again. So we'll do like a mid-roll thing right now. So hold on. Let's get some music for our mid-roll, our advertiser break.
What?
We got a break for advertisement.
No, we don't. Okay, remember Lloyd paid you to put an end to that.
Well, you better pay. That's why it's an advertiser break.
Oh my gosh, you guys! I'm embarrassed too. I'm embarrassed. Put the thumbs away.
Nope, the thumbs are
Put those away. Put them away.
I can't. That's the only way I know how to dance.
We went dancing, and this guy brings out the thumbs and won't put them away. It didn't help that.
Can't help it.
One of our friends' spouses was like, he's a good dancer. Who?
Okay, well, that's enough. That's enough of that. Vincent Chen, $2. Ted hates instructions, not enough videos in it. Yeah, I throw away instructions a lot. It's only bitten me in the butt a couple times.
A couple.
Do I even have that video? I have that video somewhere.
Gosh, I'm sure you do.
That's pretty good.
Hello, Chris. I refuse to super chat if you keep dancing. You're good, man.
Ping Pong Productions, what other hobbies do you have besides videography and photography? I'm pretty new to the channel. That's all I have time for is work, family, YouTube. So there's not a lot of... I did today, the Everyday Kid and I fixed my 2 motorcycles. We spent some time this morning wrenching on my motorcycle, so I'm very excited to start riding those again.
No.
They're ready to go.
Have you guys seen the video about the motorcycle accident?
It's not
and
live.
Motorcycle safety.
It's not live anymore. All that stuff's gone.
But there's people who've seen it and they remember it. It was terrifying.
Thanks, Bill. Thank you for pointing that out, Bill.
What did Bill say?
I appreciate being told what video I was trying to keep on the down low.
Oh, yeah. The speaker.
Thanks, Bill.
Would have been waterproof if you read the directions.
You're muted.
Oh! You can't just do that. I don't know how to unmute me.
I absolutely can. There, you muted again.
Watch your computer crash as a result of that infraction.
Tech for your needs. Will you ever become a full-time YouTuber? People ask me that a lot. As we get closer to 100,000 subscribers, that's kind of like the point where people are like, oh, I'm going to do this full-time. The thing is, so like I said, we're kind of on like a 90-day downturn. It's like
an ebb and a flow, y'all.
There is an ebb and a flow, and what's frustrating, and it would have to, like, something would have to like magically happen where like we explode overnight and we're getting like millions of views a day, because like that ebb and flow, like I can't like feed my family like that. Like I gotta
YouTube doesn't come with medical and dental.
You can always buy insurance if you're making enough money, but the thing, so it's the unpredictability. It's not the numbers. If I could have sustainable numbers, like if there was a consistency of it, like revenue stream, I can make plans around that, and we can adjust, like living, what's the word I'm looking for? Like living standards. We can adjust that, we can plan for it. But because it's so unpredictable, like some months you do great, some months you do terrible. It's because of that ebb and flow. I don't know. It would have to be, like the ebb would have to be like whatever I would want now, I would need like 2 to 3 times more in an ebb just to make sure that I could still pay the rent, feed the family. So I don't ever, and besides, like, so I made the mistakes. A lot of people have heard me tell this story before. I made the mistake of making one of my hobbies a job before, and I don't do that hobby anymore. And that's been like 10 years.
What was it?
Going to the gym. I used to be a big gym rat. I used to be like a
personal trainer, you guys.
I used to be a big gym rat. I spent hours in the gym a day.
Yes.
And I was like, let's get paid for it. So I became a certified personal trainer. That lasted for 2 months. I quit, and I don't go to the gym anymore. Like, I haven't been to the gym in like 10 years just because I hated that so much. So if I take something that I really enjoy, like making these videos or YouTube, and I turn that into like a job, I don't know. Because then, like, I don't begrudge anybody that's a full-time online creator. It's just, I don't know that it's for me. I don't know. Again, if like
we support everybody that does
like
that.
Tomorrow, if we start getting just sustainable, like millions of views a day, of course I'd probably take time to focus on it and build up a huge team of whatever I could do. But like right now, no. I don't know.
I think you would hate it.
I think I would too.
You'd be trapped in this room, recording and editing and doing whatever you do up here, and I just think you would get burned out. I think you need to get out of the house and see people. As much as you're like, oh, I don't know.
I would build a team around me. If I was going to be full time, it wouldn't just be me on my own. What's up, Travis? Hey, thanks for joining us. Travis, you didn't miss much. This has been a perfect live stream that has gone off without a single hitch. It's been great. We've been talking about the XT30. We definitely didn't crash 2 times. We haven't switched computers and recording media twice. No. It's going great. How is your night going?
Yeah, what's up, player? What is up, Travis? Man.
I don't have any, Vincent, I don't have dirt bikes. I have 2 street bikes. I have a Honda CB300F. And a Yamaha FZ07. It's a bigger bike. The CB300F is a smaller bike. What I'd like to do is sell the FZ07 and get a Honda Grom, which is like a teeny tiny little bike that goes like 45 miles an hour, but gets 100 miles per gallon.
Maybe you could just
get that to commute to work on.
1,000 miles for no gallons.
But that's definitely what I would like to do. Kenneth Duke, I do have some. But this is what I got today. This is all I deserve today after how it's been.
The good stuff's hidden in the garage.
I know. If only muting wives were as simple as a press of a button, Jonathan Maxwell. Hey, guess what, Jonathan? They are.
Oh.
That's why you got to get the Roadcaster.
Christina, I'm counting on you to handle business at that house. Because I'm going to be handling it here. Not with any type of video proof.
Legend, yes, I did. I was talking about that a little bit earlier. There is a new YouTube channel. It's called Reviewing the Cheapest. I spun off the Reviewing the Cheapest videos, and they are now on their own dedicated channel. we talked about that a lot a little bit ago, but I feel like it needed its own place to grow. It does kind of stink because I'm used to getting like between 5 and 20,000 views on those videos. The entire channel of 8 videos got 150 views today, so
great. You got to start somewhere.
So we're taking some minor losses to hopefully get just that it's a better place. Like I really like making reviewing the cheapest videos. They're my favorite videos to make on the channel.
Okay.
But it didn't fit with the rest of the stuff that I was talking about.
Modern Day Tech, you want a Honda Grom too?
Oh, I want a Grom so bad.
What is like the sexiness about it? 45 miles per gallon. This is going to be you.
No, it's 100 miles per gallon, but it only goes 45 miles an hour.
Okay. So I got those confused. It's been a long day. But like, this is what happened with the initial motorcycle purchase.
Yep.
It's the reason we have 2 bikes.
Okay, but our...
Okay.
I'll mute myself.
Well, God bless. God bless. I know everybody's at home doing this, okay? First motorcycle comes home against my wishes. I'm like, no. This guy, well, I got all security stuff. It'll be fine. It'll be great. Drops the bike. Then goes, and I quote, I could have swerved if I had a faster bike.
What? I didn't say. What are you talking
okay
about?
Over there? Why are you making faces?
What are you?
And that's why we ended up with the second bike, because you're like, oh, I need to go faster. I need a little more AWS behind.
What are you talking about?
That's why we got the second motorcycle.
Okay.
And by we, I mean you.
I got the second motorcycle, yes, because living in rural Georgia with terrible drivers, the option of barely being able to like stay up with them and they could just harass you is not okay. But I didn't wreck the red bike. I wrecked the fast bike. I wrecked the bigger bike.
I don't want to hear it. Thank you, Tribex. Motorcycles are dangerous,
but they're so much fun.
Yeah. Why get something that goes so slow? Just get a scooter if you're gonna go that slow.
Well, that's what the Grom is basically like a scooter for adults.
Okay, but aren't scooters for adults?
It depends on who you're talking to.
No, Vespas are like serious and they're like shiny.
Oh yeah,
pretty.
PhotoFin. I did buy an A73 on live stream. I did do that. I was hoping that would get a rise out of her. I did. The XT30, yeah, we're gonna debate it, or we're gonna figure it out. I really like it so far in the day I've been using it. But again, yeah, I don't know. I do like it, but the audio jack is just like, it's gonna be a tough one.
PhotoFin says pop his tires. That's very tempting, except for our bank account will have to pay for new ones.
I know.
That's what happens when you're an adult and you live in the same house.
I'm going to be Doc Murdoch. I'm not going to be sleeping on these green chairs. They're going to go outside.
You guys, he definitely sleeps on the green chairs.
Gary Reeves, would you consider doing vlogs including camera reviews, so like real world test and then a review at the end? Well, so I do have a vlogging test inside of the videos. The reason I do that vlogging test, and I get a lot of flack for those vlogging tests because like real, professional videographers, well, we don't need autofocus. We don't need a flip screen because those are just for vloggers. And vloggers is a derisive term. If you guys ever like go on like the videographer forums, like they call all YouTubers vloggers, and that's like calling them muggles, or like it's a derisive term. And I like the vlogging test because the vlogging test does a few things, and it does it like real. I don't like wasting people's time. And a vlogging test gives image quality, audio quality, stabilization. In use, it lets you see how it is to use it. And it does all that in like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. So I don't have to talk about each individual things, or I like showing, not necessarily just telling. So if I'm talking about like, hey, check out this sensor, I like showing the sensor as I'm talking about it. And so the vlogging test like does a lot of that all at once. But I don't vlog because I did vlog once and it was the worst thing I've ever done. So I would never, ever do that again.
Okay.
I would never do it again.
Hey.
What's up?
What's a muggle?
What?
It's a question in the comments.
Muggle is from Harry Potter. It's non-magic folk. Who didn't know what a muggle was?
The same person that said you should get a one wheel.
Who said I should get a one wheel?
Right.
I agree. I should get a one wheel. The one wheel pint.
Yeah.
I would love to get
Bill
one of those.
Utah wants to remind you that's how you almost broke your wrist.
Well, that was the first
very
time.
true.
That was the first time I was on a one wheel, and look, things were crazy. And Kelly from Ready Set Drone did it fine, and I was like, if he can do it, I can do it. And then I just fell and almost broke both my wrists. Almost broke both my wrists.
For the record, I was not there. It never would have happened if I was there.
She was not there.
I would have pushed you down in the dirt before I let you get on one of those things.
I can't. Naked Bacon, I need a Hayabusa. So I had a coworker of mine that had so motorcycles, if you don't know, they're done in cc's, so cubic centimeters for their engine size. So the bigger the number, the bigger the engine. So my biggest motorcycle has a 780cc engine, and I had a coworker that had a Hayabusa 1600, and this dude's bike looked like a rocket ship. And one day we're riding home from work, and we kind of took the same route, and he like gets in front of me. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to catch up to him. So earmuffs.
No.
Earmuffs.
No.
So I'm going 90 miles an hour down the road. trying to catch up to him. And I never see this guy. Like, I never see him, and I'm flying. Like, I'm getting really close to triple digits, and I'm like, man, where is he? And he finally comes up to a red light, and I pull up next to him, and I'm like, dude, where were you? Like, I was flying down this road. And he's like, you would have never caught me. And with that 1600cc bike, I would have never, ever caught him. And that is a Hayabusa.
I don't want to know these things.
Doc Murdoch, the motorcycle I want has less than a 250cc engine. It has a 175 or 150cc engine. I agree, everybody needs a flip screen.
Hold on.
What are you doing?
How come it's on mine but not yours?
What is... Vincent Chen, $2. Harry Potter and the Crystal Green Chairs. That's a good one. That is a good one. Travis McPhee, I was going to join your membership, but the button isn't there, so here's $5 anyway. Well, thanks so much, Travis. Yeah, I think YouTube's not going to give me the membership thing, because so there's a thing where you hit a certain number of subscribers, YouTube gives you this thing called membership, where you can like join for a monthly fee. It's kind of like what Twitch does, but it's for YouTube's thing. And it's supposed to be at 50,000 subscribers, or it was at 100,000. Then they did 50. Now it's at 30. And since I hit 50, I've sent them an email every month. Hey, can you please turn this on? Hey, can you please turn this on? Oh. I get on their live chat and I'm like, hey, I'd like this feature. Hey, I'd like this feature. And so they just sent it. I think they just rolled it out to another group of creators. And I don't think they're going to give it to me because I keep harassing them about it.
Oh.
I do harass them about it all of the time.
Thank you, Travis.
But thanks so much, Travis. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate it.
And Vincent Chen says Harry Potter and the Crystal Green Chairs.
I said that.
I know, just funny. Oh, man. Mel, you wish I would have been there. Did you meet Mel in Texas?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, just with school and everything and work. And next time, if Kelly has him go next year, maybe we'll plan to go. Family trip.
John Zoe, you should review some lav mics from AliExpress. I did review a cheapest wireless lavalier system a few weeks ago. I don't know if that made it over to reviewing the cheapest. Whoa, Chris! I also want to get a one wheel. And Jonathan Maxwell, we got to keep people employed, right? It's important. It keeps the economy going by me getting a one wheel.
Okay, Jonathan,
keeps the economy going.
You're on the naughty list.
How old is the everyday kid? He is 6. Ozzy Tech, question, will you visit the GoPro Hero 7 White now that it's been updated to 1080p? No, I left I pinned a comment in the bottom. I don't have the Hero 7 White because I broke it and then gave it to I Am Wedge, who then liquefied it. He did. He legitimately liquefied it. So I probably won't. I left a pinned comment saying, hey, it does 1080p 60 now. Hooray. It should have been that way in the first place. But I doubt I will redo it again.
Travis.
Unless I do the GoPro Hero 7 Black White Edition. That's a thing.
Terrible idea.
Did you not hear what I said? They
I'm
have
having
a
a
GoPro
side
Hero 7 Black White Edition. Could they make it any more confusing?
Travis.
Marshall M50 still good in 2019 for video? Yeah, I definitely think so.
Kenneth, we have magnets still.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
We do.
We used to do a thing where if you super chatted $10 or more, you got a magnet. Would you be... I don't have time to mail those out. Would you want to do that? Okay, so hey, if you'd like to get a magnet, does it come with a postcard? Do we still have postcards or just magnets?
I could put the magnet in an envelope and write a little note on it and send it. I don't know where the postcards are.
Oh. Well, if you'd like to get your very own The Everyday Dad magnet, it looks like the logo from the channel. Now you can put on your refrigerator and be like, look, he can figure it out, I can figure it out. We'll send them out for super chats $10 or more. Just if you do that, just get your contact information to the Everyday Wife. If you did a super chat at $10 or more already in this live stream, we'll grandfather you in. I'll have to check it afterwards. I can't look. I can look it up after the stream.
Yeah, send us your address.
Marshall M, is the M50 still good for video in 2019? Yes. Is it the best? No, but for the price, again, the Canon cameras have one thing going for them. They're the easiest system to use. Their EFS line of cameras, their full frame cameras, their mirrorless crop cameras, their mirrorless full frame cameras. They're the easiest cameras to use, period. So it's just super easy to get a usable image out of them. So it's always going to be viable for video. So the one thing I'll say, I had an M50. I loved it, but I would pick the A6400 over the M50 just because I shoot everything in 4K. If I didn't do a video camera channel, if I didn't do a channel about video cameras where we talk about like what the cameras can do, I would not shoot in 4K. I don't necessarily like 4K, but I'm kind of trapped in it.
Well, if you didn't have a channel on technology, what would it be on?
Motorcycles. This kind of
look. That's like what?
This channel kind of started out that way.
This channel started out as a midlife crisis.
Super chat for One Wheel, Travis McPee.
That's why I said Travis.
Woo! You get the applause for that.
Travis, are you going to come here and be his home nurse when he gets busted up? Because I have places to go and people to see.
But Utah never got a magnet? We will...
I know. We're going to have to take care of that.
Okay, well, we can't... Okay, so...
I'm pretty sure we got your address.
We'll try to... We'll make sure that we get everybody a magnet. I never got one, never super chatted. Well, there you go, PhotoFin. That's why. Ping pong, do I think the A5100 is still worth it today? It depends on what price you can get it for. I got an open box A5100 for like $200. That I would say yes, because it still has the E-mount. It's got a pretty good 1080p. The problem is that it overheats really quickly. Even in 1080p, one of the things that Sony has only recently, like in mid 2018 and early 2019, has figured out is their heat distribution problems. Because on their earlier mirrorless cameras, they do not have good heat management. So now they're doing pretty well. But the A5100 overheats, like in 1080p. Is it still worth it? Depending on the price. It's still got good autofocus. It's still got the E-mount, and it's got a flip-up screen. You'll have to record audio off camera because it doesn't have an audio in jack, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
Doc Murdoch, $10. Magnet, sir. We will get you.
Get an address to us.
We will get you a magnet.
And Lloyd, I'm glad yours is on your fridge next to your favorite recipe.
Kenneth Duke wins the meetup. We definitely, we got to plan. We got to plan a meetup for this year. Photo Gear Fun. How is my photography coming along? I haven't had a chance to branch out in my photography, but I will say that
Hello, pot. It's kettle.
But I will say that I've been upping my thumbnail game where I've been getting into the product photography aspect of it. I bought a new light, which is the Lume Cube, which lets me craft the light a little bit better when I take the product photography. So that's what I've been working on right now. Is for some reason I just love taking pictures of cameras with sensors. Like I just love.
So your favorite subject to photograph
is a camera
cameras.
Sensor. That's weird. I just love it.
How redundant.
It's not redundant. It looks.
It's almost
cool.
like a matrix, like a camera in a camera.
Whoa!
I know it's very deep.
Oh, you can't hear the applause?
Very deep.
I didn't. I had it turned down. That applause is for Travis, and then this applause is for Doc Murdoch.
Anybody else?
And then this wah is for the everyday life.
Did you see how you're afraid?
You hit me already on the stream.
You muted me.
I didn't. You're not
How
muted
rude.
anymore. Film
So
Phantom,
rude.
Everyday Dad, if you had $1K for a camera and already had any good other gear, would you buy the G9 or save a bit more for the GH5? Well, your budget's your budget. If your budget is $1K, if you already have other gear, so I'm assuming you already have lenses and lighting and audio in the mount that you want to do, the G9's probably perfectly fine. The only reason I would get the GH5 over the G9 is if you need something like I'm pointing at it. You can't see it because it's off camera, but I'm pointing at the XLR adapter. If you don't need the XLR adapter and you are okay with the slow motion being the the slow motion being, it's like in auto mode. You can't do manual mode in the VFR, the variable frame rate, and you lose some of the recording specs. You can still do 4K 60, 8-bit. You can still do 1080p up to 180 frames per second, 8-bit. You can still do 4K 30. If you don't need like the 10-bit 422 internal to the camera, get the G9. The G9's an awesome camera. It's an awesome camera. But if you have a budget, I always say whatever your budget is, cut it in half. Spend half of it on lenses and lighting, or spend half of it on lighting and audio. Spend the other half on a camera and lenses. Because a lot of people are like, I've got $1,000, I want to spend it. I want to buy the XT30 by itself. But then this by itself is just a paperweight. This does nothing for you. You got to have the lighting and audio.
You have to have a lens.
You have to have a lens, but, well, yes, you have to have a lens. But what's more important than that is the lighting and the audio. Absolutely. Whoa, Chris, when I get my magnet, I'm going to use it to hold up an ad for a one-wheel.
I didn't see that.
And then you need to take a picture, and I will put it on the I'll put it on the channel. Hero Shots. Greetings, sir. Should I sell my A7 II and get an A6400 for the new Focus option? I am more of a stills person, but the Focus looks like it's better from the A7 III for $1,000 less. The A7 III will be getting the same focusing system as the A6400. It'll be getting it in a firmware in a couple of months. So, do you want a flip screen? Is the flip screen more important than the full frame sensor? That's what you're going to have to do. For stills, I can't. I've heard people say that they like full frame for stills better just because of how it looks. For video, I prefer APS-C, but it depends on what you want. Do you want to save $1,000? Get the A6400.
Okay.
Ping Pong Productions, what's another mirrorless camera in the same range you could recommend for about $400? It's not mirrorless. It's a DSLR, but the SL2 is probably the lowest I would go for recommending cameras. It is.
Did you see the, if you could take a picture of a mirrorless camera with a mirror and a camera, would you?
My mind is blown.
Explosions.
Okay,
well.
Hold on. Charbacks, you can do 4K 60 in the G9, and there's the new unlimited hack. Oh, I'm careful doing hacks. Sometimes it'll avoid the warranties.
Doug, he would kill me. And
what's that?
Nothing.
If it's you talking wet willies, I would kill you.
I know.
I think Ed goes into the matrix when he talks about cameras. So my coworker, one of my coworkers this week, made the mistake of asking me about a camera, and he got an hour-long lecture about sensor sizes, resolutions,
my goodness. No,
mirrorless versus DSLRs.
You don't even like cameras.
He got a lecture on it. Very much.
Oh, man. I bet he won't do that again.
Moju, have you ever dabbled in green screen? I have. I actually have a green screen, like a thing set up over there. We used to do a lot of green screen stuff, but I just like natural backgrounds better than green screen. It looked weird. Like we used to have this, like when she first started getting on the live stream with me, we had like a thing where we made it look like it was the worst setup I could even imagine. Like I got this green paper from a hobby shop and I taped it up on the wall, but it didn't cover it perfectly. So there was like, it was terrible. But we did like this thing where we were like on a news show. I didn't like it. I just like a natural background better. It just is easier to deal with.
Everybody.
Kenneth Duke, I did not drop it during unboxing. Thankfully, this is the first time I've not dropped a camera during.
Well, Chris, anti-gravity book, huh? Didn't know you were much of a reader.
But
Excellent. Tribex, you should do a TED Talk on cameras. TED
Talk.
Oh my gosh. What would you say that's inspiration about cameras?
Well, I would probably be sued because Ted and Ted. That's why Ted is 2Ds.
They're not saying make your own.
What would I say? I would say get out and start creating content because we're in a very unique position in human history where this kind of like organic growth and organic reach is available to like everybody. Like you could just start a YouTube channel. Like I just started a YouTube channel one day and now I have, all this stuff that I get to interact with you guys on a weekly basis or, when you watch my videos. So there is an audience out there for everybody. This is the time to do it because I assume it will only get harder from here as the space becomes more saturated. Regulation starts coming down about like social media sites are starting to be more regulated. So I think it will be easier if you're already in, and just get started. Like if you have something so I'm not a very creative person, but I've always kind of wanted like an outlet like this. I've tried starting 2 blogs before, years ago. I tried, 3 blogs. I've tried 3 blogs.
You had a fitness one,
a fitness
work
one, a work one, and a video game one.
Oh.
And I always wanted to be able to like interact with people, grow an audience kind of thing.
Night, Lloyd.
And so it was very nice that you can do it now. And so this is the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time? Today. Mike Wallen,
did you see Bill Utah's super chat?
I didn't. Bill Utah, $3.99. Please don't get a one-wheeler or drum. I can't make any promises, Bill.
But I can.
I can't make any promises, Bill.
I'm going to make it happen.
Mike Wallen, you only get 1 camera for the rest of your life. You can't touch another one. Which camera would you choose? The Panasonic GH5.
But
that's not even tough. That's not even give me a hard question.
Do we even
Mike.
own that one right now?
It's right there. It's right there.
Oh, okay. All right.
Panasonic GH5. That's not even that's easy.
Okay.
That's the best camera ever made.
Okay.
I love it. I love it. PhotoFin, Ted does have a regular job besides YouTube. That's like a 50, 60-hour a week job. Depends. It was like an 80-hour a week job last year. Now it's kind of eased out a little bit, which makes it easier. Steven, good evening. Watched earlier stream for microphones. Check out Heilbrand. I will have to check that out. Kenneth, I saw that Bill and Ted 3 is coming out. I am so excited for that. So Bill and Ted 1 and 2 are some of my favorite movies of all time. Like, station, and like, be excellent to each other. Like, I love those movies.
Who's in that? Keanu Reeves and
the other guy.
The blonde one.
Yeah, the other guy.
The other guy?
Bill S. Preston and Ted Theodore Logan. We are Wild Stallions. I love those movies. I cannot wait for the third one. I cannot wait for the third one.
You're going to probably have to just go with the everyday kid to that.
It's probably going to be like PG-13.
Okay, well, no. Maybe you need to get a buddy. I don't know.
Hero Shots.
Thank you, Doug.
What games do I play? I haven't really, now I've been playing Apex, but I have to stop because the everyday kid calls it the gun game and has been going to school talking about it. So we got to chill out on Apex Legends anymore. What is the name of the new channel? It's called Reviewing the Cheapest.
And thank you, Will Chris. And I think Doug linked it earlier before. So it's in the chat. YouTube.com/the cheapest.
Yep. Vincent Chen, what camera do you hate the most? What camera do I hate the most?
Go to your loathing place.
Well, the GoPro Hero 7 White.
The white one, yep.
But what camera do I hate? Like, what camera just fresh? The Zcam E2. I do not like the Z. I like what I like.
Was that this like cinematography one?
Yeah, and so I dislike. I like the company. I like what they're trying to do. I dislike that community and the camera mainly because of the community.
Yikes.
Like there's a Facebook group out there that hates me just because I didn't call their camera the perfect thing ever. I said, hey, there's some legitimate issues. They're charging a full retail price for a 0.83 firmware update. It's not even 1.0. It's a beta product that they're charging full retail price for, and that's not okay with me. And I'm not going to recommend that to people. But their Facebook group just went like, you know what you're talking about. You're stupid and you're dumb and blah 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 blah. And so the Zcam E2 is my most hated camera. But that's also not fair because I think they are trying to create a good product. Their CEO commented on that post and they're commented on that video. I think they're trying to do the right thing, but if you're trying to do the right thing, release a camera with 0.83 firmware, you got to let people know. Like there has to be some like asterisk when you buy the camera. Hey, this isn't fully released yet. You're kind of like beta testing it for the company. And they're like, their documentation says, hey, go to our Facebook group where you can learn from other, users. Okay, so the company's not fixing the problems. The other users are figuring out how to fix the problems. And that's, again, it's not a bad thing unless you're selling it like it's a fully released product, which it is not.
Boom. Boom. Knowledge.
Doc Murdoch, if the GH5 did not exist, then what camera? You're hamstringing me here a little bit, Doc Murdoch. If I could only have one camera that's not the GH5. The GH5S? No, it'd have to be the GH5. Like the GH5 is such a unique camera, and it's so good. There's nothing out there like it. Like the GH5S is not like the GH5. The Sony cameras are not like the GH5. The GH5 is like this weird nexus where they just like nailed everything. And I don't know that I don't think there'll be another camera like the GH5 ever again. Because for the price, for the features, I can't believe it's not. Everybody should be using everybody should be using a GH5.
And what's the cost on that?
$1,400? 14? It's like one of the not cheapest, but it's like one of the most midstream price point for a camera. But it does 4K, 60 frames per second, 10-bit 422 internal, 1080p 180 frames per second, great stabilization, flip screen. It's got pro monitoring options. It's so good. It is so good.
Delicious.
It would be good. Charbacks, if Sony did a GH5, Sony doesn't need to do it. Panasonic just needs to swallow their pride and release a camera with phase detection autofocus, and it would be the perfect camera.
Oh.
It would. It would.
Wow.
Any other questions? I'm going through
lots and lots of camera talk in the chat.
Imagine that.
A lot.
Imagine that.
Good night, Photogear Fun. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks. We're pushing the. I mean, how long have we been streaming on the original stream? We're about an hour since the first 20 minutes were such a fun thing. Blacklisted GH5 versus Olympus EM1X. I'm done with the EM1X. Released 2 videos on it. Apparently, the internet doesn't give 2 craps about the EM1X. Lowest viewed videos of a while. So we're kind of done talking about it. What are my impressions? Great image quality. Stabilization's okay. It's not as good as the Panasonic GH5 with a dual IS lens, which are the lenses I use. I don't like... Here, hold on. Here comes the final review video of the OMD EM1X.
The Ondium? OMD.
EM1X. This guy.
Oh, it sounds like Ondium.
I'm sending this back this week because nobody gives a crap about it. So what are my... I was able to use this for 3 days. I used it in 3 videos. I like the battery life. I like the size. This is probably the best feeling camera out there right now. I really dislike that it's got a micro HDMI port. Like I'm spending $3,000 on a camera that's this honking big. You can't give me a full HDMI. Are you kidding me? What else? I wish for the price that it had like an LCD kind of display up here. I like the door on the battery grip. I like that it's got the battery grip also has DC power. You do have to buy this separately. It doesn't come with the cable, which it should for $3,000. It should come with, if you're going to put a port on the camera, you should include the cable for that. I like the flip screen. I like the autofocus. The image quality is perfectly fine. But would I get this? I would not recommend this to anybody. I know Dave Mays over on Kinotika loves his OMD EM1X. He thinks it's the best camera ever. And it is the only camera out there with good autofocus. It's got phase detection autofocus, stabilization, and a flip screen. Only camera to have all 3. But I could never recommend this to anybody. It's $3,000. You could, for the price of just the body, that's $3,000 without a lens. For the price of this body, you could buy a GH5 with kit lens, with an XLR adapter, with an XLR microphone, with a full lighting setup. You could basically create a perfect YouTube video rig. I mean, for $3,000, you could even go a little more budget, get the GH5 with just a Rode VideoMic Pro Plus.
Mic and jack or nah?
It does have one. But you could get something like again, I'm going to recommend the GH5 because it's perfect.
So, Charback says, everyday wife, can you give this a review? Sure can.
Let's hear what she's got to say.
Sure can. This thing is too heavy. You would just be tired. And it doesn't even have a lens, so you can't take any pictures. And it's really expensive. I'm sure it takes nice pictures, maybe. He did whine about it for a while, and I kind of zoned out. So I'm going to say don't get it. Get something cute and something light. This is kind of cute and light and conveniently located close to my body. So I was able to snatch it up quickly.
But it doesn't have this.
This also does not have a lens on it currently, and you will need one to take photos, right? And video. Correct?
Yep.
You're welcome. So this one's cute and it's less money, right?
Review complete. Thanks, everybody. Hooray! You get applause.
Yay! So there's my review. So the Olympus makes good quality products. This OMD is just too much for too little.
Oh, snap. Dropping the mic.
There you go.
So, yeah, that's basically, it's just too expensive. Like, it doesn't matter how good it is. Well, no, if for $3,000, what would I want out of this thing? I'd want a full HDMI port. I'd want 1080p 240 frames per second. I'd want...
Oh, yes.
Yeah, the full HDMI, 1080p
Let's
240.
go somewhere. We could do a travel blog.
That's pretty much it. Like,
Oh,
if you
you
give me
got
those
it.
things, I'd be like, okay, well, I'd recommend that. But I just, for what you get 4K 30, great. Okay, hooray, 4K 30. 1080p 120. Nobody cares. Everything does 1080p 120. That's, again, the GH5 is just so fantastic. Vincent Chen, $2. My E10 Ollie is still going after 20 years. That's awesome. Yeah,
Wow.
or Hero Shots, you get an A7 III with the 85 the 85 G Master. No, you could not do that. It would
Good
be
night,
more than
Finn.
$3,000. But still, it'd be pretty great.
Hero Shot says, can we get Everyday Wife to do some reviews? Right? It's layman's terms. I don't talk about like ZZ Tops and HP 140s. And
I talk about as much as layman's terms as you can get.
I mean, I'm a camera layman, and I'm like this. Is the wife going to talk? Yep, she's going to talk. I'm awake. I'm awake.
Okay, well, hey, thanks everybody. We're gonna call it there for the night. If you want to stick around, you can go to Wonder Wife's channel. She'll do her after show for a little
It's just
bit.
quick, you guys, tonight. I'm so tired.
She said that last time and then streamed for like an hour and a half.
But I had some good folks on there, and we were having some good conversations.
So give us just a little bit. I'm gonna set this up for her channel. Thanks everybody for joining us again. Thanks to Illinook for being our newest patron of the week. Go check out Reviewing the Cheapest if you'd like to follow us along, as that did split into its own live stream. Thanks again to everybody. We will catch you next weekend. What's next weekend?
Wait, no,
No,
we
you will
won't.
not catch us
No, we
next
won't.
weekend
What's
because
going-
I'm camping with the Everyday Kid next weekend.
Is that right?
April. Yep.
Is
it's
that
first
right?
week of April.
No. It's the 30th. But see, we're here. It's still going to be March next weekend.
Then we will see you next Saturday. We'll see you next Saturday
That's what
for the
happens,
next episode of the Pillars of Action.
Adulting's hard.
Thanks for joining us. We will hopefully
Adulting.
fix our life for next stream.
Our life's fine, you guys.
Thanks for joining us.